unicorns, welcome back to my channel, and this video that's going to be how to create your own perfect 35O palette. I didn't at first think that I was going to do this video so soon, but then Morphe released 2 new 35O palettes and I'm just going to throw it out there. I think they are a bit stupid, and I'm sorry if you bought them and I'm sorry if you think that it's an amazing idea, but the 35O already has a lot of similar colors. Then to have 35 similar colors all in shimmers, I don't know, to me it seems a bit excessive. So then I thought, what a perfect opportunity to do this video. If you've seen some of these videos before, I have 2, I will link them down below. It is basically plucking the overhyped palettes and looking at what shades really draws the attention and what shades are just maybe similar to the ones you already have. And today we're all in luck because I actually have the original 35O and I thought that we could do a bit of a comparison. This is what the original 35O looks like, and I actually love this palette. I think it's amazing, and the reason why I think it's amazing is probably because this was the first warm neutral palette I bought. Since then there has been a whole parade of similar palettes coming out, and I didn't get any of those because, I mean, I have this one. And I already think that this corner is just, there is a lot of similar browns here, and even though you look at them and you're like, no, this isn't really the same as this and this isn't really the same as this, if you've used a lot of eyeshadows, you know that shades that are almost the same will pretty much end up looking the same on the lid. That's why I think that when people talk about the 35O, it is this corner they are talking about. Like these shadows here, these not so much. I mean, let's be honest, not so much, mostly these shades. That's when I created my own palette. This is the palette I created myself. I just put it over this corner because nobody cares. I just picked out the colors that draws people's attention. If you see people posting a look for the 35O, there's gonna be some warm oranges in that look. Pretty much everyone's gonna use those colors, and the point of this, like, series isn't to say, boy, you don't need that. The point is, maybe you can shop your own stash. Maybe you already have some of these colors. Maybe you already have some oranges and some warm browns, and maybe you don't need to buy the whole palette. Or maybe when you see me swatching these colors, you think that maybe you do need the 35O because maybe you don't have anything similar to the ones I'm going to show you, and then the palette is perfect for you. But the 35O all shimmers and the 35O all mattes, I don't see the point in that. Just get the one that has the mixed colors. That's the one you're gonna get the most use out of, because otherwise you're gonna be stuck with 35 colors that most people are just gonna be using on their lid. And are you really gonna be using up all of that product before, like, you die? I don't see that. So if you're gonna buy something, just buy the original 35O. So like I showed you before, these are the colors that I picked to be the perfect 35O. I picked, let's be honest, like almost dupes. These are dupes because I can't compare them to the ones in the palette. So let me tell you, these are pretty much dupes for some of the colors of the 35O that I think, if you have these 9 colors, you pretty much have the most interesting aspects of the 35O. Whatever color is not here, but is in the 35O, you pretty much find similar colors to those in every neutral palette. So the one thing that's amazing with the 35O is the warm oranges and these 2 really foiled shadows that you get in the palette, and these are pretty much dupes for that one, and this metallic reddy color. And then I just picked 3 browns. So if you're actually looking for the perfect warm neutral browns, these are 3 that I picked out that are actually dupes for some of the colors in the 35O. And like I mentioned before, the point of this series is not to tell you that you don't need these colors or that you don't need the palette. The point of this series is to point out that there could be similar colors within your collection already, just to raise awareness, to like shop your stash before you get too drawn into the hype, because sometimes you already own it. I mean, I know I do, but I still love the palette, and I actually got these colors after I got the 35O and then discovered like, oh, I already have this. So if you don't have any of these colors, I do suggest getting the 35O, but maybe you will look at these like when I swatch them and you will see like, I already own colors like these, and then maybe you don't need the 35O. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all about looking at the color scheme of the shadows that draws the most attention of a hyped up palette, or that you will find within these 9 colors some, maybe 1 or 2 that you're gonna be like, oh, if I bought those colors, that would really complement the already existing collection that I have at home, and I would have something similar to the 35O, because these are pretty much the key colors from the palette. So yeah, I got that out as like a little disclaimer for those people out there loving the 35O, but I do too. I love the 35O. This is just some alternatives. I will zoom you in so you can see what the colors actually look like when I swatch them. Okie dokie. Okay, we're all zoomed in. Actually, there's been like an hour break between when I was zoomed out and when I was zoomed in, because there was like a marching band going outside my window, and that's not really the background music that I'd like to hear in my videos, so I had to take a break. So if I look less fresh now than I did before, that's why. And hopefully I mentioned all the things I need to mention, because I don't know where I was, okay? I'm like too old to remember what I talked about before, so hopefully this will make sense. Anyways, I'm gonna swatch these and I'm gonna tell you why I picked these and not any others. So I'm gonna start swatching this one. This is Makeup Geek's Creme Brulee, and this is just a perfect transition color. It is like a neutral brown, and it actually is like the color of creme brulee. It's really perfect. And let's open this baby up so I can show you what I was thinking. I was picking these out. I actually thought that these two, you see the one that's over this one, that they were kind of dupes, and they are kind of dupes. And having a good transition color to start out a look with is really good, and this is a good transition color, and it's pretty much a dupe for creme brulee. Next color is Caramel by Coastal Scents, or Caramel. I never seem to know which one I'm supposed to say. This is just another good transition shade, but this is perfect if you want to warm up a look. Let's be honest, the 35O is all about those warm looks. Having a more of a yellowy brown or a yellowy mustardy color to warm up the crease is perfect. I use that trick all the time. So having something like this in your crease is really nice. As you can see, that this color doesn't exist in this palette, but it's almost close to this one right here. But having a mustardy yellow to have in your crease when you're doing a warm neutral look is really nice. And actually it's really nice if you're doing a colorful look as well, because warming up the crease when you have a colorful color on your lid, colorful color, really now, is a really good idea. So I actually recommend having a yellow color like that in your crease if you're working with warm colors. Next color is the signature color for the 35O. It is the one in the corner right here. These are pretty much dupes to each other, and this is Marmalade by Coastal Scents. And it is just a really, really bright orange. This is not muted at all. This is just a straight up orange. And I really like this Marmalade. You can get some really bright looks out of this one. And all three of these are matte colors, because most of the colors in the 35O that is colorful are mattes. So I wanted to show you mattes. The next color is also called Caramel or Caramel. Can't decide which one. But this is by Anastasia of Beverly Hills. And in the palette, this is... well, you can see the one above it. These are pretty much dupes for each other, and you do want to have like a medium warm brown if you want to like have a palette that resembles the 35O, and this is just a really nice matte, just a warm brown. I really like this color, and it's kind of new to my collection, but I really think that this is a really, really nice color. When the 35O was released, one of the colors that people were going bananas over was this one right here, this peachy metallic one. And I was like, don't I have that one? And I do. This is in the Spotlight by Makeup Geek, and these two are dupes. If you have one, you don't need the other. I'm just telling you, you don't. And a peachy metallic like this goes really good with these orangey colors, so I think that this is a good pick. And it is a really, really nice color, and it is actually a really nice color that I recommend even if you don't like oranges. A lot of people commented on the Make Your Own Perfect Sweet Peach palette that in the spotlight should have been in that palette. And you're right, this is a really nice peachy color, and this goes with peaches, it goes with pinks, it goes with purples and oranges. So this is a really good color if you want to have something bright, either on the lid, or if you're not as pale as I am and you want to have something in your inner corners, this is perfect for that as well. This is a bit too dark to be a highlight on me, but it is a really nice color. The next color is almost dupes for each other, but when you swatch them and you wear them on the eye, you can't really see a difference. It is one of these iconic orangey ones. This is the darker one, and this is Morocco by Makeup Geek. I'm telling you, if you have Morocco by Makeup Geek or any other matte muted orange, you pretty much have 50% of the 35O color scheme within a shadow, because that's what it's all about. People were going bananas over the matte orangey colors in the 35O, and if you have this one, you pretty much already own it. You know where I'm going with this, so don't like hate on me for saying it, but that's just my opinion. Morocco by Makeup Geek is amazing. I've been using this a lot, and it's perfect now for summer, and also a color like this is perfect to go with those really bright colors if you feel a bit intimidated with it. This will go amazing with reds and greens and blues. And this actually, even though you don't believe me when you see it like this, but this will tone down a color that's more scary. If you have a bright blue or a bright green, this can tone those colors down a bit. And oranges also work really good with the burgundies and the dark purples. So I actually recommend owning a matte orange if you want to get into color and you are afraid that they're gonna look too crazy on your lid. It's just a really good color. And as you can see, Marmalade is a lot more straight up orange bright, and this is a bit more muted clay, but both of these colors are amazing and I highly recommend them. Makeup Geeks are $6 each, and the Marmalade is only $2. Coastal Scents is so inexpensive, it's crazy. No warm neutral palette would be complete without Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek. I really love this color, and I'm not even into browns, but I love Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek. It is such a rich brown chocolate yumminess, and this will work to darken up those bright orangey looks, and it's such a warm and nice color. And as you can see, this color, almost down to the corner, they're pretty much dupes for each other. And I was thinking about, and I told you before on my channel I was going to do a dupe video, but what I realized is that most of the dupes is within this palette, so making this video makes more sense instead. So consider this being my dupe video. Why is there peach there? Go away. But these are pretty much dupes for each other, and it is just a really pretty color. Another cool color in the palette is this rich coppery red metallic yumminess in the bottom here. It's just a really nice color, and I found that in my collection Max Coppering is pretty much a dupe for it, although I have to say I think that Max Coppering is even more pigmented than the color in the palette, because Max Coppering is super pretty. This is more like a burnt orange shimmer metallic. It's not foil, but it is a shimmer metallic. It's just a really pretty color, and this complements the other colors of this palette beautifully. The last two colors are not exact dupes. I've been told that a dupe for this color actually is Flamethrower. That was hard to say, by Makeup Geek. I don't own that, but I do own Henna by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I've heard that the only difference is that Henna is a bit darker and a bit more red, and this one and Flamethrower is a bit more orange and a bit lighter. But I really like Henna, and if you have Henna or Flamethrower, pretty much you have this color. And this is also one of the colors that is like iconic for this palette. Pretty much this part here is the 35O, and this color is a really nice color. Let me swatch it for you so you can see it, the gorgeousness. Oh, look at this. Henna is a really nice color. As you can see, it really resembles this, well, the color before it, the Coppering by MAC, but it's just even more rusty and dark and yummy. It's like a jeweled copper. Am I explaining this any good? No, I'm not. I feel like duping the 35O is the easiest palette to dupe because the color scheme is so monochromatic. It is oranges, 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 and everything that has some slight tone of orange in it. And I love these colors. I mean, I love having oranges. I have these colors on my eyes today. I have this under my eye, I have these two colors in the outer corner and the inner corner, and then I have this one on the lid. And I also have this pigment by Makeup Geek over it. This is Prism, and this is a gorgeous pigment, and I wanted to show some products that would go together with this if you have the 35O, or if you have these colors and you want to find some products that work with this palette. So Prism is one of them. I'm going to show you. I just feel like sometimes you talk about a palette but you don't really talk about what things goes with it. So this is Prism. It's like a duochrome. It's one of the duochrome pigments for Makeup Geek, so it's a duochrome, but it is like a white that goes to copper. It is gorgeous. It is super, super gorgeous. And if you have the 35O, this will complement the 35O amazingly. And if you have orange matte shadows, putting this on the lid and inner corner, and then just orange in the crease, so pretty. I highly recommend getting this pigment if you have the 35O. Another thing that can really spruce up your looks is having cream shadows that are either red or orange. This is the Global Fusion Eye Pop by H&M Beauty in Pawpaw Blossom. They actually have it in like an orange color as well, but having something like this could really spruce up the look as well. Having this as a base and then going over with the warm neutrals will transform the look and make the palette be able to be used in even more ways. Another way to transform the 35O is by using these bright eyeliners by NYX. They are so cool and opaque, and this is the red one in Fire, and this goes so well with orange looks, either by its own or teamed up with a black eyeliner. I thought this series could have even another dimension if I recommended some of the products that goes really good with this palette if you happen to already own it, or if you want to complement some shadows that you already have within your stash with some product that could go together with them. Because I do want you to understand the possibilities of having different products and mixing them together with other things to create new looks. Makeup is supposed to be fun, and having different products to make your products transform into new looks and using them in new ways, that's what's fun with makeup. I love the 35O and I love these shadows. It's weird that I have both of them, and I bet you're like sitting there watching this like, girl, you have dupes and you're happy about it. Okay, don't judge. So that was it for today. Don't forget to give me some suggestions for your favorite warm neutrals and oranges down below. Colors that could have been in this little 9 palette thingy, because I'd love to hear. Maybe I own some of them as well. I probably do. Don't forget to give me some suggestions for other palettes you would like me to do in the future. I do think that my next palette is going to be the Naked 3, because that is a really specific palette and it has some beautiful colors, and I do want to do this kind of video on that. Also, thank you so much for being here, watching, subscribing, liking, being a part of this little family. I'm so happy to have you here. And of course I do realize that I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately due to the giveaway that's open until the 22nd of May if you haven't entered already. I do hope that most of them decide to stay once the giveaway is closed, because I hope you like my channel. I hope you like what I do, and if not, that's fine too. That was it for today. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and I think that was it. Yes. Bye!